Evening, everyone, and welcome to Mostly Arsenal. Or tonight, it's actually called Mostly England for obvious reasons. Um, I'm really, really nervous about tomorrow. I'm I'm excited. Don't get me wrong, but I'm also really, really nervous. I'll get onto those reasons in a little while. Firstly, just like to say, if you like what you see, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notifications bell as well. Be much appreciated. But on to tomorrow's game. Um, Tomorrow's game is the biggest game of my life. I'm 48 years old. I've probably been a football fan for about 42 of those years. And tomorrow's game, I can't even wrap my head around how big it is. It's actually a historic moment. It's truly momentous for this country, and I think especially for the younger generation, those who are used to the lads we've got in the team who are Premier League superstars. The younger generation, whichever team they've picked, they've never um, been in a situation like this. I've never been in a situation like this, to be fair. But the younger generation, it's a real opportunity for them to learn humility in victory, but also to learn some resilience in the adversity of defeat as well, whichever way it goes. Um, that's quite a big deal, but for the whole nation, it's massive. Even if you're not a football fan, we can all see what's going on outside. Places like Tesco's are, home co-ops. They're closing early tomorrow night to give their people a chance to get home and watch the game. That in itself's quite a big deal. I think the big thing for me at the end of it all, I will be at either end of the extremes of emotion. Um, on one side, I can have complete unadulterated joy, and it will be the greatest moment in my life as a football fan. But the other side is there could be abject desolation and despair if we don't get the result that we want. It really means that much to me, and I think the thing is, I've got no control over what end of the emotional spectrum I'm going to be at 10, half 10, 11 o'clock tomorrow night. It's just, I think that's the big thing. It's so huge, and I don't know how I'm going to be feeling at the end. And like I say, I've got no control over that whatsoever. Regarding the tournament, I've loved absolutely every minute of this tournament. I've watched pretty much every game. I've probably missed a few, whether it's if I'm late home from work or I've had family commitments or whatever. But I've watched probably 80% of the games, and it's been a brilliant tournament. I've really enjoyed it. The quality of the football's been really good. The quality of the refereeing's been really good. VAR's been used more or less in the correct manner. It's just been a really, really good tournament. My personal takeaways, the main thing is like everyone coming together. I've said before on previous videos, and anyone that follows me on Twitter may have seen things that I've said. I don't care who these English players play their club football for, whilst they're in a tournament and they got them 3 lions on their chest. I back them 100%, and I cheer and I sing their name, and I don't care what people think about that. It's just an amazing, amazing time to be an England football fan. And if Harry Kane gets to lift that trophy tomorrow night, I'll be singing his name as much as anyone that supports the other lot down the road. It really makes no difference to me. I've been watching, with the exception, I didn't watch the group games. I did watch them, but I didn't watch them with my friends. I watched them at home. My youngest was isolating because one of her classmates tested positive. She had to isolate, and she loves going out and seeing her friends. And quite often at the weekends, I'll take her to the cricket club, and they'll all muck about there. And that's where I would have watched the games, but because she loves going out so much, I thought it was probably a little bit unfair if her old man's going out, hanging about with his mates at the same place. So I watched the group games at home, but yeah, me and my pals, we've watched all the knockout games at the local cricket club. Now I know that sounds like probably the most middle class statement you're going to hear off anyone about this whole tournament. It would probably only be more middle class if I'd complained about the hummus perhaps being a little bit bland, or the prosecco was a bit flat. But that's where we watch our games. And I've said before, again, we don't watch club games together, any of us, because it all gets a little bit leery, and sometimes the banter gets a bit out of hand. But I'm the only gooner in my group of friends, um, and we've all really enjoyed ourselves just cheering the same team on. A couple of the guys, their teenage lads have been sat there watching the games with us as well, and that's their first experience of tournament football, sat in a boozer with their dads and their mates. And I know these two lads, regardless of what happens tomorrow night, this has been a really good experience for them. And it's brought, they're like, this is so cool. I'm out with my dads and their mates, and we're all bantering and we're all having a good laugh. And I know in 20, 30 years' time, when they got their own kids, they will remember this tournament, they'll remember this moment. And especially if we get the result tomorrow night, they will talk about this in 30 years' time, the same way that me and their dads talk about Euro 96 and Italia 1990. It's a really big deal. And, these kids, they're having a great time. Something else I want to talk about. I'm a little bit obsessed with Neil Diamond and Sweet Caroline at the moment. When I hear the crowd singing it at Wembley, I get such a buzz and like hairs on the back of my neck, on my arms, goosebumps, everything. It's amazing, and I want to be experiencing that tomorrow night so badly, to be up there with my mates. And I mean, I've booked the morning off work. I don't know how many of you have booked time off work when we're going to chuck sickies. I don't know, but even if you chuck a sickie, there can't be a boss in the land that would sack someone for that. Everywhere should just be fucking closed, to be honest. Schools should be closed. A lot of schools are not starting until 10:30 Monday, which is brilliant. Our local school isn't doing that. One of my mates did email them, and they've said the kids can wear their, national football top of their choice. So, all right, brilliant. Cheers for that. Goes back to what I was saying earlier about a bit of an educational lesson for the kids, regardless of what the result is. But personally, I think obviously you can't shut the entire country down after everything we've been through for economic reasons. But, schools, fuck's sake, kids have got like a week and a half left. And I did put a tweet out the other night to Gavin Williamson, the Secretary of State for Education. It's like, come on, mate, just have a word. And even just kids, I'm sure the teachers want to watch it as well. And they don't really want to be turning up hungover and, just had 4 hours sleep, now I've got to teach these kids who are also tired. Essentially, it could be an amazing night, the best night ever for a football fan in this country. But yeah, Sweet Caroline, I've loved watching the videos. You hear the crowd at Wembley singing that, and the players bouncing up and down, singing back to the fans. And on Friday at work, I did nothing but listen to Sweet Caroline by Neil Diamond in my car. Just had it on loop constantly. It was literally, for the 8 hours that I was at work, it was the only song I listened to. Yeah, I'm obsessed with it. But what will be tomorrow. Even though I'm nervous, I'm confident, and I do believe that we have the players and the manager and the fan base and everything in place to beat Italy. I think there'll be goals in it because both teams counter-attack, both teams defend well, but both teams got mistakes in them. So I'm going for 3-2 after extra time. I think it might be 1-1 after normal time. And then I think we'll win 3-2 in extra time. I think even if it goes to penalties, I think that we'll win. I don't 100% believe it because I'm used to being disappointed as an England fan. But yeah, that's my prediction for tomorrow night. Moving away very briefly from football, I'll tell you a little bit about my day today. We went car shopping because we need a new car. We've got like a 12-year-old Vauxhall Zafira. That's a 1.6, got 108,000 miles on the clock, and we're due to go to Devon in about 3 weeks' time, so we need a new motor. But I have this thing, I seem to name mechanical or inanimate objects. My drone is called Gertrude. Now, any of you that have got small kids who watch Peppa Pig, you'll probably get the connection to Gertrude, and if you don't, just Google Peppa Pig's granddad Gertrude, and you'll understand why. My work car is called Betty. I don't know why I call her Betty. She's just like she suited the name Betty, and our Vauxhall Zafira is called Zelda. Now I'm feeling really, really guilty. I've got really attached to this car. It's like it's not the best car in the world. She's Vauxhall Zafira, and she's slow as fuck. But she took us road trips to Ireland, the Lake District, the Peak District, Somerset, the Norfolk coastline many times, Devon, Cornwall, and I'm going to miss it. We took this other car for a test drive today, and the garage was right on the A1, so I had to go up to one roundabout, back around it, and then back around again. And as I was coming back, I drove past Zelda, and I actually felt like I was cheating on my car. It's I know it's ridiculous, but the guilt I'm feeling is unreal right now. We due to pick this new car up on Tuesday, and we're trading old Zelda in for about 500 quid. And I actually feel like I've let my car down. I don't know if anyone else gets this, but yeah, that's how I'm feeling about that. Anyway, I'm just about done. I've been chatting for like 10 minutes now. I was on out with JTV earlier on tonight. Souls was there as co-host, and I was on there with my mate Lottie, and that was real fun. I really, really enjoyed that. I just wanted to say that, especially as far as Twitter's concerned, and Twitter and YouTube content creation kind of seems to go hand in hand to a certain extent. And I've always made a point of keeping my circle small, and I'm really fussy with the people that I interact with because I know exactly what a cesspit social media can be. But I just wanted to say there's a lot of content creators out there, and there's a lot who support each other, even though they're fighting for the same airtime and the same almost likes and subscriptions. But I just wanted to say those who are put off social media because of the fear of, the little trolls who sit there and give people shit, they're not worth worrying about. If someone gives you shit, just ignore them. Ignore. And I'm the worst in the world. I'll react to it, and I'll wade in and I'll defend one of my friends because somebody says something horrible to them. But that's just what I want. And I just wanted to say to people like you that do that, you're not fucking worth it, and you will be ignored from now on. And those of you who are lovely people who I've become good friends with, I just want to say I appreciate you. I appreciate you inviting me onto your platforms to talk the rubbish that I normally talk, and I appreciate everybody that I've met and become friends with. And it's a really, really nice community, and I really enjoy it. And on that note, I'm going to sign off, and I'm going to wish everybody who's cheering England on the best of luck. I'm also going to not wish luck so much to Italian friends, because obviously I don't want your country to win, but just that we appreciate you, and I hope whatever happens tomorrow night, everyone still gets along afterwards and no one does anything fucking stupid. Anyway, have a good evening, and I'll catch you next time. Ta-da.